Hello, everybody. I just wanted to review the project for the class, which is for this class, we're going to have it be extra credit as stated in Canvas. So your final exam will be an online exam during finals week, and I will provide you guys more information about it. But for this project is completely optional. It's extra credit. And for this, I encourage you, even though it is extra credit, is if you don't need it, let's say you're interested in doing this irrigation design in the future, and you want me to overlook your design and provide you tips and feedback on how to improve your design and how you can help your future clients, then this is a perfect opportunity. Besides earning extra credit, is you're going to get feedback from me to let you know how to produce a better product for your future clients. So starting off here, the irrigation design requirements is that you're going to design an irrigation system. It's going to include all the components, so controller, valves, mainline, lateral lines, sprinklers, drip, all the components that we've talked about in the class. And you're going to have to draw it by hand or via the computer on the following sheets. The irrigation plans, in addition to drawing it, what's required is an irrigation equipment legend. So if you guys watched the video last week about and saw the PDF of what makes up the irrigation legend, that's what is required. I would heavily stress if you didn't watch the video or look at the PDF that you go back and look at it. And then a single worst case pressure calculation for your system to verify that your system will operate correctly. And if you don't remember how to do that, I would also heavily stress that you go back and look at the pressure calculation lecture. If you have any specific questions, you can always reach out to me via email. But also, I'm going to ask first if you guys had reviewed the lecture before talking to me. So this is what I typically get from a client. So this is what I'm providing with you. These are the parameters for the project. This is a single family residence. You'll see we have a scale here. So it says 1/16 of an inch equals 1 foot with the north arrow. These topography are elevations. So the 318, 328, 342, that tells you the elevation for the site. I wrote in here to help you guys out that this is a slope here, and then you have a slope here in the back. And then the water meters right here. So you have 75 psi, 3/4 inch water meter. The service line to the house is 1 inch copper K service line. And then this right here is where you would tie your irrigation system is going to start. And then for the legend, here is your turf, and turf. Concrete is the shaded, pool is the blue. And then moderate water use shrubs are everything in this diagonal hatch. So the importance of me telling you that this is moderate water use is so that you are aware of hydrozoning. Again, when you guys are doing your irrigation design, you want to be super careful of hydrozoning. You want to be thinking about turf versus shrubs. You want to be looking at north versus south, east versus west, flat versus slope, concrete of sidewalks and such. One thing it looks like I missed here, this is a sidewalk, so this should also be gray. And yeah. And then so what I basically give here is your blank canvas to start drawing in your system. So like we talk about in the last lecture about the plans. So we do plans diagrammatically, so you can show, for instance, like your valves and your main line actually shown here in the house, even though they won't be shown or installed. But that way, for clarity, but the heads and the drip would actually be drawn where they're supposed to be drawn. Um, and yeah, and then for a separate sheet of paper is where you would put on your pressure calculation and your equipment legend. If you wanted, you could try and squeeze in the equipment legend here, but I don't think that that would be optimal. I would suggest that you just do that on a separate 8.5 by 11, as these are all 8.5 by 11. And that would provide a cleaner project. And yeah, so, and the pressure calc, as you remember, you have to take what your static pressure is, that 75 psi, and then you have to subtract whatever your highest flow valve is that might maybe be here in the backyard and furthest away, all the pressure loss going through the water meter, going through your service line, going through your main line, going through your valves, out your lateral lines to your heads and such. So all that has to be calculated and figured out on the project too. I think that's pretty much it. You don't need to tell me, this is not a planting class. This isn't horticulture per se. So when I call this moderate water use shrubs, I don't care what shrubs, this isn't a planting plan project. So you're not telling me that these are, roses or succulents or anything else. I'm the one dictating here in the project that this is moderate water use shrubs. So they're all to be irrigated the same. I didn't want to make it too complex and have low water use versus moderate water use. It's going to be difficult enough for turf versus shrubs, flat versus slope, and all those things that you need to account for. And then let's see what else. Realistically for this project, I've given you a couple weeks, and so this project isn't something that you would do, in a hour sitting type of project. I can definitely tell if that's what you do. You're not going to have enough time devoted into it. This is something that's going to take you quite a bit of time to do it properly. And so I encourage you to put in that time, even though, if you want it for extra credit or if you want it for just for experience. Now, let's say you're overloaded and you don't care about the experience, but you still want to complete the project. You can email me and let me know, and even if you turn it in after the class is over, I can review it with you, and provide any feedback for you. You just wouldn't at that time receive any extra credit if it's past the due date at finals. So, but yeah, so I hope that is helpful, and if there's any other questions that I get repeated questions, I'll provide updates. So check back on the class. There is going to be no new lectures, and I'm not going to do any more quizzes. It's just going to be basically reviewing and working on the project if you want to do the project, and then we'll have the final. So good luck. Thanks.